Ever notice how easy it was to make friends as a child, but somehow as an adult it just feels exhausting? Hi, I'm Zahra. I'm a medical doctor and entrepreneur. And to be honest, making friends as an adult has probably been one of the hardest skills that I've had to learn. And honestly, sometimes I'm not even in the mood to make new friends. A few years ago, a good friend of mine told me that a good friend of hers was starting in my department and that I should really become friends with her because she's an amazing human being and she thinks we'd be really good friends. I automatically rolled my eyes at her. I said, unlikely, and I walked away. That happened about 3 years ago, and to this day, that same person has become one of my closest friends. So why is it so hard to make friends as an adult? Research shows that friendships ultimately form through these three things: repeated exposure, shared experiences, and proximity. And as kids, we pretty much had the same schedule every day. We were in close proximity in schools because you kind of had to be in a classroom. And we had very little responsibility. As adults, we have different jobs, responsibilities, families, and other priorities. Our brain is always trying to conserve energy, and so it's far more appealing to stick to familiar circles. And so what happens if we don't make friends? So loneliness is associated with increased anxiety, poorer physical health, and higher burnout. And so social connection is actually a protective factor against stress. So if your colleague ever comes to you, offers you a cup of coffee, or to go for a walk, or to grab a quick coffee before their clinic, before their ward round, whatever it is, take them up on the offer, get to know them, form a connection. You don't necessarily have to be best friends, but it is the first step in getting there. And so what I will tell you is that friendship isn't really optional. It's ultimately essential for your survival. If I think about the work that I was doing, high stakes environment, obstetrics and gynecology, massively burnt out department colleagues, the one saving grace and the one protective factor is that I had 4 amazing colleagues where we knew that we were each other's ride or die. And that made the world of difference. It made everything else that came before it, any mess that we ever had to deal with, it made it completely bearable knowing that we had someone in our corner to turn to. So here are 3 evidence-based strategies that you can use to help make it easier to make friends. Number 1, repeated exposure. This might mean going to a space or a community where you're often going to be interacting with people that you like. This might be a work group, your gym, any artistic classes, whatever it might be for people that you might have a connection with. Number 2, low pressure conversations. Start with a hello. Start with a compliment. People love hearing good things about themselves. Let it be genuine, let it come from your heart. If you really like the way someone's hairstyle looks, what shirt they're wearing, what watch they're wearing, whatever it might be, compliment them and move on. And number 3, shared activities far outweigh force bonding. Find something that you mutually like, something that you can both enjoy. Friendships ultimately grow through doing things naturally. And you might be surprised. Sometimes the person you least expected might end up being your best friend. And so I can honestly say that you never know how far a hello or a smile can take you. So why not try it out? What do you have to lose? So my challenge to you is say hello to one person that you admire, that you'd like to get to know, that you want to develop a friendship with because you feel that there is a mutual connection. If you'd like this video and you'd like to see more, my latest video is up here and you can always subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.